For most of my career, I love being a cop. I love the adrenaline, the sense of purpose, that we put bad people in bad places so good people could live their lives in peace. I even remember telling other guys on the job I would do this for free, and I meant it. But today, I'm not here to glorify policing. I'm here to tell the truth. Because if you wear a badge in this country, or if you care about what justice actually means, then you need to hear this. Like a lot of people in my generation, I was shaped by 9/11. I was a high school dropout at the time, and that attack on our country, it pushed me into a career in law enforcement that lasted almost 20 years. I took pride in the work, not the politics, not the bullshit, the job. But I also saw a lot of things I didn't want to see, things that were easy to ignore until they weren't. But for me, one of the worst parts of the job was in-service training. They'd pull us off the street, make us sit through lectures, often by people who'd never worn a badge. We all rolled our eyes at the so-called experts talking about community policing or institutional bias. It felt like bullshit. But there were two moments I'll never forget. One was a trip to the Holocaust Museum. We were told to reflect on how law enforcement played a role in the atrocities, how German cops helped round up Jewish families, took their property, put them on trains to death camps. I remember thinking, this would never happen here. Then, we visited the National Museum of African-American History and Culture. We learned how American police were once tasked with capturing runaway slaves, how we enforced Jim Crow laws, how cops stood on the wrong side of history, time and time again. And yet, I dismissed that too. I thought, I wasn't alive back then. That wasn't me. They were just doing their jobs. Man, did that thought age poorly. Because then came January 6th, when an American president sent a mob to the Capitol to stop the peaceful transfer of power. I know because I was there. I got the shit kicked out of me by the same people who claimed to back the blue. They beat me unconscious while waving American flags and wearing thin blue line patches. And after all that, the same president, the one that incited the violence, walked free. He walked. He ran again, and then he pardoned the very people who tried to kill me and my fellow officers. That was the moment it all clicked. The lecture I rolled my eyes at, the talk about cops being on the wrong side of history, it wasn't history. It was a fucking warning. Now we're facing something just as dangerous. You've got cops being told to enforce orders that violate the Constitution, to arrest peaceful protesters, target immigrants, intimidate voters, harass trans kids, all to serve a lawless, fascist-leaning agenda from the top down. And if you wear a badge, you've got a choice. Obey those orders or obey your oath. Because one day, this moment is going to be written down in history. And your kids, your grandkids, your conscience, they're all going to ask the same question. Which side are you on? This ain't about politics. It's about right and wrong. You can't hide behind your badge. You can't say, I'm just doing my job. We've seen how that story ends. This is the Michael Fanone Show. Remember your fucking oath and hold the goddamn line.